Hi there, Karen Friedland here, and I'm delighted to be with you. I'm trying something new today, filming from my cell phone rather than from my computer, and I hope this is going to work. It doesn't seem like it's happening yet. Oh, Eben. Hi, Eben. How are you, honey? So great to see you. Thank you for being here. And so I guess somebody's here anyhow. I can't find me on my computer. But I wanted to show you what I've been working on first of all. And that's this painting behind me. And that is a piece that I've done as a sample for my class, Explore Your Creative Soul. And I'm doing this class live, but I expect to be doing the class as an e-course as well. Hi, Martha. Thanks for coming. And I am so glad that I'm excited to be trying this course out on real people first. And I've taught many courses, but this is all new material. So I'm really glad. Hi, Candy. Thanks for coming. I'm really glad that I can try it out. And so that's why I designed this piece that's going to be the sample for what we're going to be doing in it. But watch for the online version of the course that'll be coming up in February. And I'm also going to be launching in February. I'm going to be a facilitator for the Right Brain Business Plan by Jennifer Lee, which is really, hi Lewis. It's a fantastic way for creative people to look at their businesses and look at what they're doing as a business and to create a new business as an entrepreneur without having to deal with all those left brain kinds of things. You still have to be concerned with them, but it's a whole creative way of approaching it. And so I'll be a facilitator for that, which means that we'll be sharing the teachings and learnings on video of Jennifer Lee directly, who I've studied with. And then we'll be having facilitated time where we'll be doing coaching and sharing and masterminds and lots of really fun things. And that's going to be happening in later in February. So keep an eye out for that as well. And so I'm trying something new where I had been shooting in the past from my computer. This time I'm doing it from my phone. So we'll see how that works because I have to try and reposition it because now we're going to get to the project for today, which is it's from my Art Sparks cards. And I don't know if you're familiar with them, but here they are. And in fact, I'm going to show you by putting this up. I need two hands to show you. And hopefully this will work. Aha! If somebody could type in and tell me if it's okay, I'd appreciate it. If you can see my hands and what I'm showing you. So these are the Art Sparks cards. They're a deck of creative projects that I've given. It's really the spark of a project, and then you're able to, with a small skill that it describes, bring your own creativity to it. And then on the reverse side, you will hopefully be inspired by my artwork. And so today we're going to do card number 28. and it says, make a drawing using white crayon or white candle on white paper. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but you need to press down hard. You'll hardly be able to see it, so don't sweat the details. Just enjoy the experience in drawing. And that's one of the reasons I love this project, is because it's all about getting the feel for drawing. So here I'm using an oil pastel, and I'm going to draw it pretty quickly, since you can't see it anyhow, and I can barely see it. And I'm also going to use, where did it go? I was going to use a white candle, which I had up here and used earlier when I taught this project earlier today, but I don't see it now. But you can use the back end of a white candle, any kind of white candle, you know, the kind that you get in a box of 48 or 60, and just make sure that you press down really hard with it. And the great thing about this project is that you can, I encourage you not to try and draw a thing, although you might try writing. I'm gonna put my name in here, I think. Not that I can see it. And work it on as large a piece of paper as you have, because it's very freeing. So, and you can do it, you can do the drawing with oil pastels like this is, or regular crayons, or a candle, as I said. So anything that's waxy, that it will work as a resist. Then you're going to take, you can do this with acrylics, but I recommend that you do it with watercolors. Let me just move my cards to the side. And I've got a watercolor set here. And you want to get your watercolor paint nice and juicy. And of course I can't get the lid off this paint. There we go. And I've got a technique for getting the paints nice and juicy, and I do this with my young students all the time, and I find after having taught it so many times, I do it myself. Oh, by the way, for this project, I would use as large a brush as you can get into these. In fact, I may use something a little larger. A mop brush works really well, and a mop brush, just to show you, is something that has this kind of loose head that looks like a mop, because you want to cover a lot of space quickly. So one of the ways to get the paint liquid out of these dry watercolor sets, which can be really brutal, hard as rocks, is to add a drop of water to every color, and that will start the process of the paint loosening up right away. And then once you have the water in all the colors, you can decide what color you want to use first. And I'm going to just be making wide bands of color. In fact, I'll show you one of my samples here. So it'll be wide bands of color, and this is what I call magic painting, because my drawing will appear almost as magic. The other way, if you don't want to, if you have a spray bottle and you don't want to wait to get the drops of water in, just mist it, and that'll help loosen up the paint as well. I'm wetting my brush first, and then, as I do with my students, I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times around, and that gives me, as you can see, that gives me lots of nice watery paint. and that's what we're looking for with this project. And as soon as you hit the paper with the paint, you start seeing your drawing appear. And so that is why the magic of this project is so much fun, and why I call it magical painting. So, I don't know if you've worked with watercolor before, but watercolor can be very forgiving. It's a wonderful medium, but it also has some characteristics that are traditional, just endemic just to watercolor, that make it kind of interesting. And amongst those characteristics are that when you drop, well, we have to wait another half minute until these get a little drier, but when you see the sheen coming off the painted part of the paper, when it just stops looking real wet but is still wet, you can go back into it, and in this case I'm going to drop a little bit of my red back into the green because it seems to be just the right time. And I don't know if you can see, but with capillary action, it starts spreading in a very interesting way. Can you see that? And so you can get certain effects from combining the different colors of paint just at the right moment. The other thing that's wonderful to do with watercolor that I didn't think to bring up with me, but I'm going to trust you to be able to find it, is at that same moment when you see the sheen just starting to come off the paper. Oh, and of course you can get beautiful blends at the edge of your colors. Getting a little orange along the edge here as my yellow and red mix. And this is supposed to be red, but it really has come out very pink, hasn't it? Is if you wait till it's just, the sheen is just starting to come off, and you hit it with salt, you will get a fabulous effect that looks like, snowflakes is what it looks like. And let's get some nice orange here. So I'm just going as quickly as I can because I know this gets boring to watch somebody paint stripes. But I also want to show you what will happen as you let your paint drip down, which has a beautiful effect as well. Whoops, I got a little blue and purple in there. And you see it's a very quick event when you do it with a big enough brush. And now I'm going to tilt it and let's see what happens. I'm going to add a little water at the top edge and see if I can get some movement here. Some movement in there. See if we can get some things going. Quite interesting is that the drips will go around where the drawing is. So if you want to have a drip up here, you'll see it'll follow the lines of the drawing. So there are all sorts of kind of fun things you can do with this as you go through it. Oh, we have a beautiful blossom back there. The other thing you can do is when you add just water, you will get a beautiful effect of a blossom, what we call a blossom. And if you look, whoops, just right over there, you see it beginning to come. When you have a larger piece of paper, you'll be able to see these effects more clearly. And so you can either paint your drawing in bands like this, which I think is just fun and beautiful the way it is, a great way to get creative. Or you can actually do your drawing and then try and paint something on top of it. Now this was a very, very loose painting of a figure. You see the face and the hair, and that I did yesterday. And also, here's another sample that I did yesterday where I actually drew a face and added patterns around it. So this has lots of chances for a lot of variety and a lot of fun. And I encourage you to try it because it's really just all about being creative and relaxing and having a good time. So thanks for coming today, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the future. If you've missed the whole thing of this, I'll put it it'll be on my Facebook page, and it'll also be on my YouTube channel. So you can get to see it there if you want to catch it again. And keep an eye out for my facilitated Right Brain Business Plan program coming up soon, and my Explore Your Creative Soul course, which will have lots and lots of expressive and exciting art projects to do on it. So I am so glad that you're here. Hi, Bobby. I'm just looking up at my computer again. And Marcia, hi, thanks for coming. It's so great to see you here. And so this is the project. I will post a picture of it when it dries. And it's magic drawings, very easy, so please try it and let me know how you like it. In fact, you can even post a picture in the comments if you do the project. I'd love to see it. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time. So long. Bye.